Morning all, hope you're doing well, hope you're staying safe. It's Thursday, June the 25th, 2020. Again, a lot to get through today, so let's get right to it. US cases recorded the second highest number ever in a day yesterday. They're trending up, obviously, and deaths are leveling out across the states. We could see a little rise there as well. Florida cases, another record yesterday, 5,500 cases in one day. That's up 1,500 on the previous record. Hospitalizations though and deaths not keeping track at all. I've got them in the stats. Florida ranked number 2 yesterday in the nation in the new number of cases, just behind Texas, and Orange County ranked number 3 in the state yesterday. Miami-Dade had almost half of all deaths yesterday in the state. It's been recently reported that ICU beds in Florida are running out now. That's not true. I've got a little piece on that. Governors in New York, New Jersey and Connecticut yesterday put executive orders in place that required people to quarantine for 14 days if they come from certain states. Florida is among those states. So it's double whammy now for people coming from those states and going back to those states. They've got to self-quarantine twice, so it'll be 28 days. The petition to stop Walt Disney World from opening is gathering some strength, almost 10,000 signatures now on that petition. Disneyland in Anaheim now, their opening date has been pushed back, but it's nothing to do with this petition. It's nothing to do with strength of opinion. In fact, there's been nothing from Disney yesterday regarding this petition. Orange County have said they're not getting involved. This is a thing between Disney and the governor. The governor has also not commented at all on the petition for Disney World to be pushed back. Weather today, it's another beautiful morning today, no wind and just a lot of sunshine. 96 degrees here today, 35 degrees centigrade. It's going to get to 97 degrees over the weekend, 36 degrees centigrade, so it's going to be sticky. We did get a big thunderstorm here yesterday, and that's going to be likely now, for the rest of the summertime. Just Sunday we escape apparently, so let's see if we did. I put in the availability calendar for Disney parks during the early days. There is limited availability now for Animal Kingdom first few days, and then Hollywood Studios when it reopens. But apart from that, apart from the first few days, everything's open, including Christmas till 2020. There are a lot of stores and merchandise outlets in the parks that are not going to be open when Disney reopens on the 11th and the 15th. There are actually too many stores to put into one video, so I've concentrated on Magic Kingdom today. I'll do Animal Kingdom tomorrow, but yeah, there's a lot of stores. I've also now included park opening hours for the parks that are open, just so you can get an understanding of what's going on there. So I've got Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, Volcano Bay and Busch Gardens. It being a Thursday, SeaWorld is not open today. Okay, that is the news headlines as they stand today. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, hit that notification bell and press all. You'll get this stuff 6 days a week, something different on a Sunday. Please press like if you're getting some value out of the video. The algorithm likes the likes. Also share this video if there's somebody that you know would gain benefit from it as well. The algorithm also likes shares. Okay, let's get to the news. New cases recorded across the US yesterday was 38,386. That's the second highest of all time. There were 808 deaths across all 50 states yesterday, and that trend seems to be leveling out. In Florida yesterday, the number of cases recorded was 5,511. That's a record, beating the previous one by almost 1,500. We had 45 deaths in Florida yesterday, and that 7-day moving average is starting to move up now. Those 5,511 new cases yesterday in Florida puts us only second behind Texas. In Florida, Orange County ranked third yesterday in number of cases, behind Miami-Dade and Hillsborough. Miami-Dade County accounted for more than half of all deaths yesterday in Florida. Those 5,511 cases yesterday came from 27,602 tests. That's a positive rate of almost 20%, which is the highest recorded. Hospitalizations of 249 is 0.9% of all tests, and the 43 deaths recorded yesterday is 0.16% of all tests. It's been reported in some areas that Florida's intensive care units are filling up. On Tuesday, the Healthcare Administration website showed that 24.7% of hospital beds were available statewide, and an average of 23.3% of adult ICU beds were available. Florida's executive order that requires travellers from New York, New Jersey and Connecticut to self-quarantine for 14 days upon entry into Florida expires on July the 7th. The governors of those three states yesterday issued their own executive orders. These require travellers travelling from states with spiking COVID-19 infection rates to self-quarantine for 14 days upon entry into those three states. Florida is one of the states on that list. What that means now is that travellers from New York, New Jersey and Connecticut must not only self-quarantine when they reach Florida for 14 days, but also must self-quarantine when they go home. Some employees at Walt Disney World are petitioning executives and local authorities to stop Disney World opening on June the 11th. I mentioned this on Tuesday, and this petition at time of recording has 9,355 signatures. Disneyland in Anaheim, California was due to reopen on July the 17th, but that date has now been pushed back. A spokesman for Disneyland said that California has now indicated that it will not issue theme park reopening guidelines until sometime after July the 4th. That would not give the company enough time to recall staffers and prepare the parks to reopen by mid-July. This delay has nothing to do with the petition organised by some Disney World workers. Neither Florida Governor Ron DeSantis nor Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings have commented on this. However, it has been reported that an Orange County official said that the decision will ultimately rest with Disney and with the governor. Orlando weather for the next 10 days, it's going to be 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Here today that's 35 degrees centigrade. Through the weekend and into Monday is going to see us at 97 degrees Fahrenheit, 36 degrees centigrade. Thunderstorms are forecast for the afternoon except for Sunday. Walt Disney World's park reservation system went live on June the 22nd. There are no reservations left for Disney's Animal Kingdom on July 12th, and that's the same for July 13th. Don't forget that Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios don't open until July the 15th. On July the 14th, Animal Kingdom again has no reservations left. There is availability in Animal Kingdom on July the 15th, but none in Disney's Hollywood Studios. That picture remains the same from the 16th of July through to the 18th. Disney's park reservation system runs through to September the 26th, 2021. The dates highlighted in yellow in July 2020 are the only dates that are filled up so far. Resort bookings for Disney World resorts resumed yesterday. Here is the list of resorts currently not available for booking through 2021. All-Star Movies, All-Star Music, All-Star Sports, Animal Kingdom Lodge, Port Orleans French Quarter, Port Orleans Riverside, and finally the Wilderness Lodge. Disney has announced that a number of stores and other merchandise outlets will not reopen when the parks reopen on July the 11th and the 15th. This list is quite extensive, so I'm just going to look at Magic Kingdom today. Agrabah Bazaar, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, Big Top Souvenirs, Bonjour Village Gifts, The Briar Patch, Casey Jr.'s Railroad Mercantile, Curtain Call Collectibles, Disney Clothiers, The Frontier Trading Post, Harmony Barbershop, so no first haircuts for a while, La Princesa de Cristal, Liberty Square Parasol Cart, Liberty Square Portrait Gallery, The Merchant of Venus, The Newsstand, Prairie Outpost and Supply, and finally the Pirates League. Universal Studios opening hours today are 9 AM to 6 PM. Temporary attraction closures are Fievel's Playland, Curious George Goes to Town, Shrek 4D and Fear Factor Live. Islands of Adventure is also open from 9 AM to 6 PM today. Temporary attraction closures are Camp Jurassic, If I Ran the Zoo, Jurassic Park Discovery Centre and Me Ship the Olive. Volcano Bay is open today from 10 AM to 5 PM. Only one attraction closure today, and that's the Punga Racers. SeaWorld continues to be closed on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so will not be open today. Busch Gardens in Tampa is open today from 10 AM to 6 PM. So we had 5,500 cases in Florida yesterday, another record, and by a significant margin. What does that mean? Well, it means that it gets in the press a lot. There are going to be people saying, "Oh, we should close down the state again." Well, and validly, I guess. I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm not going to get into the politics of it. It does seem that Governor DeSantis is not going to do that, despite what's going on right now, and it doesn't look like he would ever close down the state again, regardless of what happens, really. If he doesn't do something or make a comment when it gets to 5,500, I can't believe he's going to do that at all. So we are where we are. Hospitalizations don't seem to be crippling the system. There are still beds available. Now, it might not be available right next door to where you are, so there might be travelling involved. So deaths at 45 yesterday is kind of well within the range that we're used to seeing. Unfortunately, nobody wants to see deaths, but they're not spiking because of the increase in cases. And okay, it's still going to lag. We got 5,500 cases yesterday. We're not going to see deaths marrying up with those cases, but the percentage of deaths on tests is still within those ranges. There's no spikes. It isn't increasing. Obviously, if there's more tests, there's likely to be more deaths, even at the same percentage rate. That's obvious, but there's no spikes, so that's good. The vulnerable people seem to be being taken care of, that's great news. The petition to stop Disney World reopening its parks, I don't think is going to get anywhere, despite almost 10,000 signatures. I think even if it had 50,000 signatures, Disney World now has brought people back in. Lots and lots of cast members are back in. Resorts have opened, and I think they're full steam ahead to opening on the 11th and the 15th, so they are where they are. I am going to obviously keep watching this just in case there is a turn of events, but I just can't see it right now. I have put the availability calendar up for the Disney parks, although Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios do seem to be lacking availability now. It does look like that's an initial rush for the first few days. People want to be first into that park. I think as we get through later July, certainly into August and September, when a lot of people are thinking about coming, even those from abroad, if they can get flights, they can get flights maybe, but can they be allowed into the country? So, but as those people start to come in, there is less pressure on that system, it appears right now. I am going to keep looking at this every day, and then the stores that are not opening in the parks, you can see that Magic Kingdom has a lot of stores not opening today. This is compounded by the restaurants not opening in the parks as well. It just doesn't make for a massively great experience, does it? You're going to find it fairly difficult to get some food, and there isn't going to be many shops open. Obviously, Main Street, the majority of shops in Main Street are open. It's the ones that are dotted around the parks after that you're going to find an issue with. Okay, so that is the news for today. Hopefully you found that useful. I'll see you back here tomorrow with more. Until then, take care. See you then. Cheers for now.